Hi everyone, Nathan Robert here. I want to go over some stocks that I normally wouldn't cover on this channel because they're so risky and such small companies. But I just bought three new stocks today for the very first time that I've never previously owned here in my Robinhood portfolio. I actually picked it up here in my Roth IRA. Three new companies, and quick disclaimer, all these companies are all worth under $700 million of market cap. So they're three very risky companies. But as you know, I love looking at the financials of stocks, and I have found three companies that are worth very small amounts, but they have very high quality fundamentals. And I want to tell you a little bit more about them, show you their financials and why I bought them. And I want to stress out this isn't financial advice or anything. And when you're buying these kind of stocks, I'm keeping them literally as a $100 position right now, $100, $200 position. And only when they fall 20% or maybe 10%, only then is when I'll add more to the position, only when I'm down. And so you got to keep the positions very small, and they're worth very small amounts of money. So I want to start out first with ticker symbol GHM right here. I just bought 4 shares, not much, but check this out right here. The market cap is only $575 million. And this is actually my top pick out of all the stocks we're going to go over. This is probably my favorite one. So here on this Moomoo app right here, there's this watch list that it shows Trump pushes order to power AI and nuclear stocks jump. And one of the beneficiaries they're saying is ticker symbol GHM. Graham, and this is a company I just bought, and the financials are very impressive. Again, the whole company is worth like 500 million, but check this out right here. If we just look at the revenue is very strong. It's up 21% year over year. And if we go to the net income, this is the best part. They're making millions of dollars every single quarter. They're actually net income positive. They now made $4 million just in the most recent quarter, and the net margin was a 7%. I mean, they're growing their net margin. This is great news. So this company is based in the US, and it says it's in the business of designing and manufacturing mission-critical fluid power, heat transfer, and vacuum technologies for the defense, space, and energy section. Hey, they actually have a website right here. Actually, I wonder if we can find their, maybe we can find their investor presentation. I'll learn really quickly more about what the company does. Okay, right here, yeah, supplemental slides. Let's be really quick about this. Let's see what they do. So Q4 2025 highlights, or this is fiscal year right here, 27% gross margins. Here's where the revenue comes from. So look at that. That's for the full year 2021 versus full year 2025. So look at this. 58% of the revenue comes from defense, 35% energy and process, and 7% from space. Oh, and look at this. They have a backlog of $412 million backlog. Hold on. What was the market cap of this company? I think it was like just around that. So they're making a couple million every quarter. So you're paying $568 million for a company that makes a couple million of net income, after-tax net income every quarter. Yeah, the PE is a little high, a 46 PE, but that's because they're so growthy. They're growing their margins. They're growing the revenue, and it's expected to keep on growing even more. I like the industry that they're in. So that's why I picked up ticker symbol GHM. And look at that, 80% of the revenue comes from the US, then Asia, Canada. So they have some international growth opportunities as well. So even though the stock is doing pretty good right now, they are at like a new close to all-time high. I still decided the market cap's only 500 million. I think there's more upside potential in ticker symbol GHM. So if you're now looking for a stock that's not at all-time highs right now, this is ticker symbol DCTH. Check this out. Year to date, they're down 5%. On the 1 year, they're up 45% on the 1 year, but look, they've really fallen in the past 3 months. This was an $18 stock. Now they're only $11. And in my last video, I did do a full analysis on this stock. So I'm going to just keep this one brief because if you go watch my previous video, I do way more analysis on them. But they basically sell this liver cancer therapy kit, and it's doing insanely good right now, or at least it's growing from small numbers. It's easy to have this incredible growth rate. Look at this. 1 year ago, the sales were only 3 million. Now in the most recent quarter, it's 19.8 million. I mean, that's incredible revenue growth. So the whole revenue is 19 million in the most recent quarter, and they made $1 million of net income. They also just fortified their balance sheet. Right now, they have absolutely no debt at all, and $58 million of cash. And the whole market cap is 402 million. So you subtract the cash from that, $350 million market cap, and you're left with a company that's making or going to be making net income every quarter with nice growth. And also, we looked at them in the previous video. We looked at their cash is actually earning them like over $500,000 of interest every quarter. So that's kind of why, if you're in the high interest rate environment, it kind of benefits you to have a lot of cash and no debt because you can earn interest on your cash. And they're making like 500K a quarter, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that was ticker symbol Delcath Systems, DCTH. So this last stock right here is really interesting. This is another one that's kind of off their peak. It was at $30. Now it's $21. Here's my position. I have 5 shares, only $100. All right, so here's TSSI. If you look in the top right, the whole company is worth $551 million, and to the left they have a 62 PE. That's because they're just now getting net income positive. So if we head down here to the revenue, this is amazing. The revenue is up 522% from the previous year. It was only 15 million last year. Now it's 100 million in the most recent quarter. And on that, they made 3 million of net income. I mean, that's like a 3% margin. Yeah, look at that. So here's their margin right here, but they've really grown their margins. This is great news. Look at how the assets are growing. That's incredible. So if you're wondering what this company does, let's see right here. So procurement, actually, we got to go to their website to kind of get a better idea of what this company does. So, yeah, if we go to their website right here, they're like a data center business right here. So if we go to their solutions or our services, modular edge services, data center services, configuration services. Yeah, they're kind of like an infrastructure provider play. So, again, this isn't too much like research on what the company actually does. I'm just showing you what I bought, and they're very small positions for me, but I think they're really interesting. Like if I'm going to buy a company that's worth 500 million, I want to make sure it has pretty good financials. And for this one, their revenue just exploded up to 100 million. If we go to their cash from investing activities, they're investing 15 million the most recent quarter. I mean, this is great news. So yeah, that's what I love about ticker symbol TSSI. Free cash flow, yeah, it's a little choppy, obviously, because they're investing a lot. But yeah, I think this one's going to be another winner in the long run. Let me know what you think. And check this out also, here in our Moomoo portfolio today, we are at an all-time high. The QQQ did hit an all-time high today. But yeah, check this out. We're up 27% year to date versus the 7% S&P 500. And that's on a return money weighted average. So if I deposit money, it isn't included toward that. Actually, if I deposit money, it makes my return money weighted average percent return go down. But check this out. Here's my all-time return since the day I started my portfolio. This tracks, if I were to just, whenever I did all these investments, just put it in the S&P 500, I'd be up 50% right now, but I'm up 79%, which is pretty good. The whole reason I bought these three small caps was to get more growth. I want to be more of a growthy investor. And hey, this portfolio as well is at an all-time high today. I literally started my Roth IRA exactly a year ago. Like here's the 1 year and here's the all-time chart. So like a year and a month ago. So yeah. And here's my total percent change in every stock. I got to do another update on InnoData. InnoData's been crushing it. Also, this is a BDC monthly paying dividend stock. They're literally at an all-time high today, which is pretty amazing. So, I decided to take 1 share of profit. I didn't believe it. I sold 1 share at $64.99. And it's at $64.98 right now. But I decided to take 1 share of profit. I mean, they're trading at 2 times net asset value. So I'm being a little careful with Main Street Capital, but I love the returns there. So yeah, I want to be a bit more growth oriented in my Roth IRA. Let me know what you think about that decision. And today's video is sponsored by the Moomoo Investing app. You see me use this platform on the channel all the time, and that's because it's so useful. You can buy stocks and do options on here, and they have all the best research analysis tools. Whenever you're trying to analyze a stock, you can see the Morningstar research, what the analysts are saying. And if you download Moomoo now and deposit $100, you'll get 5 free stocks, and you'll get more stocks if you deposit a lot more money, and you get a 4.10% APY on your cash. Check this out. I take advantage of this. This is where I keep most of my cash. I have $1,000 in here, and it earns me a nice little yield. So make sure to download Moomoo today with my affiliate link. It'd help out the channel. And thanks again to Moomoo for sponsoring today's video. So that wraps up the video. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Check out the Moomoo app because this is really useful. I love all the tools and watch list. And make sure to check my previous videos out up here. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. See you in the next one. Again, not financial advice. I'm just a college student.